I made a quick, simple model and a quick turretgun model. I set it in the center, and you set the crown center and the light near it. And add a cylinder to a square, and on top of the square, I just scale it down. I join these together right here. So it's just one. But this is an example of what I did. Okay, I'm gonna use this new setting as default. I added an add-on called screencast keys to let you know what keys I'm pressing. Wrong button. Okay. N closes this side, T closes this side. Okay. What I did first, I'm gonna hit 7 on the keypad. Top view. The cube's okay. Click the chroma. Shift S, put cursor to center, then put selection to cursor. What that does is put the chroma to the cursor, which is this red white thing. Please note, I'm not an expert in Blender. I'm just still learning, and I watch other people's videos and websites I visit. Okay, go back to 7. I'm gonna see, this is what the camera's gonna look at. So I'm gonna rotate it. Try to get it even, looking down. There's a couple ways of doing it. Like I said, once again, I'm not an expert. I'm just a user. I'm gonna click R, rotate on the Z. That's one way of doing it. Rotate on the Y axis. Oh, wrong one. X axis. Okay. Go back to this. So when you click 7, you can tap. You click 0 on the keypad. You go into the camera perspective. I'll just put the cube there. Now, please note that this ain't gonna be totally perfect. This is just an example of how I figured how to do this for my AGK project. Okay, and you can move the light to it on your model. I'm gonna scale this down a little bit. I'm gonna make a quick turretgun model. I'm adding a cylinder. Okay, now I'm gonna head open this. You punch either T or you can put a little check mark. And before you cancel out the cylinder, go to your vertex. I'm gonna use a very low number. Oh, that's not low. Then when I click OK, it's like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna move it over, scale it down, click the tap mode, go to face mode, grab it, go back to. Okay. Oh, no, I messed up too much. Try to keep the object in the center of this little dot. Figure out what it's called, though I'm not too sure, but I know if you have it in edit mode and you grab it like that, it stays there, but your cylinder removed. So in order to move it all together, you gotta be in solid mode, object mode. Now I'm gonna rotate it. Okay, let me see. Try this rotate. Nope. Let's rotate the Z. So it's a Y. Nope. Rotate X. Does it look like it's simple? Like it's lined up? Okay, right now, these are two different objects. What I'm gonna do is combine this one with the cube. But first, let me make this look a little bit better. Scale at the top. Let's do that. Now, the way I made to change the color is I go to this view, this button, material, click new, and just pick a color, whatever color. And we'll change that color. Go back to, whoop, click the turret. Yeah, you can set this as a gun, turret, the base, whatever. Pick a color for that. Okay, that's good. That's good. Alright. Now I'm gonna grab this one, click that, hold down the shift button, and right click the other object, and hold down Control J, and now you got one complete object. Okay. Next step, go back to this. Okay, now this is where you're gonna have to set it up. So when you render and all that, maybe I should, yeah, okay, I'll do that real quick. Now right here, it says start frame to 250. So if you're doing for 2D, you will have 250 individual sprites. Let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. Something like this. This is another project. See, I had 16, so it takes up 16 frames. If it was 250, it would be a lot. But it's up to you how good you want your sprite animation look. Right now, I'm just gonna use 8, because I'm gonna have just 8 positions of 8 rotations. Okay. I'll go to this top object for a little bit better view. Alright, now I'm gonna, set 8. No, I'm sorry. Don't. Set this to 1. On the bottom right here, and this one says end. It's 8, cause it starts with 1 and ends 8. My bad. Sorry about that. Alright. I'll make this a little bit bigger. So you can see it from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now over here, you're gonna have to change this area right here where it says output temp. Leave it as ping, RBG or RBGA. Well, usually I use RBG, but I'm gonna try something different. Try RBG alpha. I'm gonna go over here and pick me a location where I want to know where I'm gonna find it. So this will be it. And then my folder project, and then this right here, and click accept. So when I do the rendering with this button, I was gonna save it here instead of temp folder. So wherever you want it, you pictures and animation this is where you're gonna save it. Okay. Now here, I did some experiment with before I started this recording. This is the size of the window, so I'm gonna go to 0. Click 0. Okay. Camera perspective. I think my camera's too off for me. Let's see what's it. Nah. that. Okay, let me see. Keep in mind that, like I said, I'm still a beginner. Okay, now if I put 128 here and 128 on the Y, that's what their sprite sheet or each frame of your sprite's gonna be. I don't know why it's looking like it's not supposed to look like that for some reason. I think I hit something wrong or did something that. Now if I put, since right here it says 50%, there's gonna be half of that, so I'm gonna put to 100%. You can try it out at 50% and you're gonna tell that it'll make this one smaller. Depending on the size of your, how big your sprite is gonna be, you can adjust it here, how big your frame or the, make sure what it says right here. Percentage scale for rendering resolution. I want 100% because I want my sprite, each sprite sheet 128, 1 by 28. Now, I'm gonna change the horizontal color right here. Hopefully this will work as last time it didn't. To white so it could be transparent. Now let's see what else. Is there anything else I need to show you? Explain what I did. Yes, okay, that's good right there. That's good. That says okay now. It's like that. The next part is animating it. Okay, in this video, second part, I'm gonna show you how to convert your 3D model to 2D sprite images. Now this might look different from the first part of the video. It's because I had to redo it a couple times. So let's get started. Okay, let's see. In the first video, I typed in a number down here, which just wasn't right. It has to be in 8. And click this red button right here. Now, you can use the keyboard with your arrows. Watch this little number right here. I'm just pushing the left and right numbers on the keyboard. So it has jumps. See over here on the display menu. Okay. Now I'm gonna start at 1, and I'm gonna click the I button, and I think I'm gonna have to use this one, the location rotation. Okay. Now remember, every time you're gonna save it, you're gonna have to go to the next frame, which will be number 2. So now I'm gonna rotate it halfway. Click I, location rotation. Let's see if it works. There we go. Okay. So next frame, rotate it. Click I, record it. Jump to the next frame. That's good enough for me right there. Rotate it. Okay, now I didn't skip, so now I'm gonna have to skip. There we go. Now, okay. Now, rotate it. I rotate it. I jump, skip, rotate. I. Okay, let's see. If we go backwards, it should be turning around, which it is. We go forward. Okay, let's see. Frame 1, frame 2, 3, 4. Oh. Oh. Alright, 4. rotate it, click I. If that was a good idea to just do it slowly to double check to see if it's missing it or the way you want it to be. It's all perfect, and it's perfect for me right there. Okay. And the next step, I'm gonna put in my folder right there. And go back to the animation button. And there it goes, rendering. Okay, now let me minimize this. Go to my folder where it's supposed to be at. And there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So far so good. Next gonna go and we're gonna open the utility that comes with AGK. You could probably use other programs that you know that could do combine it into a sprite. But this one was supposed to make it things easier, and it does. There's a little things you gotta work on here, and I'll explain in a minute that I found by experimenting, playing around with. Okay. Let me click run. Let me close this one. Now, your Imagejoiner might save it in this program right here. Wherever, okay, it will save it wherever your image folder is at. Okay, so let me look for mine. Okay, 3D image 2. No, the final width is gonna be, if you take all these right here and you put them together, it's gonna be a long strip, which is what we want. Now if we have more, depending how long we want it, a good thing to have is like an even number. If you got like 6, maybe 3 in the top, 3 in the bottom. If you got 8, 4 in the top, 4 in the bottom. But I'm just gonna leave it from 1 to 8, so if the width and the height are 128 by 128. So my height is 128, and the final width is gonna be, I had 8 frames. I got 8 frames, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. So 8 times 28 is 1024. Now it should work, cause sometimes it gives you problems. And go back in here. Nope. It saves it as a result. And there it is right there. Now, depending how many, you could use the same name, default, or just rename it what you wouldn't, whatever it's gonna be. Since this is a turret, I'm gonna give it a T3 name. Rename this to. Okay, so like I say, let me name the folder to rename T3. Okay. So when we open it up, there it is right there. For some reason, it's going backwards. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. But that's okay. Damage it. I live by Air Force Base, so this is like an everyday thing. Okay, let's see. Next, good. Okay, now the next step, which is to get into your AGK project, which is the next part of the video. Okay, in this next video, we're gonna take your sprite, which is what we got right here, into AGK. Now, this code right here is not mine. This is the example that came in AGK, so I'm not taking credit for this code. I'm just using it to demonstrate. So when we run it, this is what we get. That's the little mo guy. As you can see, his eyes moving. Now, like, if you want to see on theirs example. By the way, it's sprite animate 2. This is what their mode looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 11, 12, 13, 14. So they actually got like 4. I mean jets. They got 14, but 3 space. So that's 1 frame, 2 frame, 3 frame, 4 frame, 5 frame, 6 frame, 10 frame, 8 frame, 9 frame, 10 frame, 11, 12, 13, 14 blank. So these are their dimensions, but I try to keep it by base 2. What I mean by base 2 is like this. The way I got it, close down. Well, that's not a good example right there. Where's a good example? Okay. Yeah, it's 128 by 128. So if you multiply it by itself, you'll get 256. So if you divide it by 2, you'll get half of 128, which is 64. So it's a multiple of 2 or a root. Yeah, multiple of 2. It's algebra math. But I like to try to keep it even Steven. Okay. Now let's get to the. So this is, you saw what the mode looks like. Now this is my Terra 2, and then my Terra 3 is the one we just made. Terra 2 is from, that's something else I want to show you. You see how Terra 2 has the white borders around it, and Terra 3 don't. Okay, let me see. Put. See how Terra 3 don't got it. Now, on the other video on the Blender, how I showed you. Let me close this. To use see the Terra 2, I didn't use RGBA. I just used RGB, so it got the white. So if you use A as the alpha, whatever color you use as the alpha background, necessarily don't have to be white, because maybe your animation character has white. You don't want it to be see-through. So whatever color you use, you gotta, like, say, if you want to use a green color, we gotta go to your horizontal and change it to whatever color you're using. But I'm just using this for an example. So close this. Let's rerun it. Oops. Too far. Alright. Every time you change it, you're gonna have to compile it. Saving it won't do nothing. You gotta always recompile. I don't know if this I remember in Dark Basic Pro you could use the F1 keys, the F function keys, which was a little bit easier. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. And there you go. This one might look a little funny because I did two of the things the same, but this one is correct. So this is how I would do it. I figured out to the next step when I get to this part, trying to reverse it. And I think when you reverse